A lot of you guys have been waiting for the review of this watch. It's here today. I'm going to cut to the chase. It's the Sinn 856. It's my most accurate watch, and yet it's its Achilles heel at the same time. Now, I know that sounds like a bit of an oxymoron. I will explain. Let's flip the camera and let's dive in. Now, when it comes to reviewing watches, especially my own personal watches, you guys know I like to wear them for a couple of months before I bring them forth. If I can wear them for 6 months, even better. I'm going to tell you straight off the bat, what is it that I like about this watch, all the things that make me happy, and then I'm going to tell you what I hate, what I dislike, my gripes or room for improvement. And first and foremost, that color. Now, we buy with our eyes. If I find something attractive visually, I get drawn to it, and then I might pursue it even further. Well, this particular watch, it's the color. I love that grey tone on the bracelet, on the watch case. It's sort of a gunmetal grey feel, but much lighter in its tonality. It is so attractive. A very tool aesthetic, no nonsense, no fuss, and it's got a very neutral minimalist finish, and I like that about this watch. Secondly, the profile on this watch has been superb. It's 11 millimeters on the dot. It's thin. For a 40mm watch case, 11mm, it's been wearing so comfortable. Now, I've had so many variants of the 556. I love that watch. There's been a better wrist experience on this watch than there has on the 556 on my wrist, on an 18cm wrist. So that's something I'm sharing with you guys. Do I still love the 556? Absolutely, it's an iconic watch. This just seems to suit my larger wrist that little bit better. Next love about this watch is that crown. The winding experience, the latch down experience, it's buttery smooth, it's refined. It's as good as any Swiss watch brand I've ever handled. Omega, Rolex, Tudor, it doesn't matter. This is as good as any of those players. So for a tool watch to be that good in its latch down experience, that's saying something about the attention to detail and refinement of this watch. And whilst I'm on that crown, the movement. I absolutely love this movement. I did say that this is a freak of a watch. It's gaining around 1 second a week at best. That's it. It's got a Sellita SW300. I give it a 10 out of 10. There's around 56 hours of power reserve. It's just been a smooth, reliable, solid workhorse. And honestly, for a mechanical watch, I do call this a freak because the closest thing to this is my Omega Aquaterra was Metis, and that wasn't this accurate. Probably my Grand Seiko. But the Grand Seiko probably gains 5 or 6 seconds a month. This gains about 4. That's pretty good for an automatic watch. Next thing I've experienced and enjoyed about this watch is that case. It's hard. It's Tengemeter technology. It's pretty much bulletproof, scratch-proof in normal stuff that I do from my work environment with tripods and cases, and it's not going to get banged up in your normal everyday routine. I mean, look at this. No issues whatsoever.
Oh my goodness.
I'm just kidding. I'm just mucking around with you guys. It's good. It's very good. Desk diving, like I said, steel things, tripods I've hit against this thing. It's been no problems. If you do give it a big knock, you probably will do some damage, but I'm just saying the normal stuff that we do, it's been ideal. Another thing which I like about this watch, which a lot of you guys have mentioned you don't like, and that's that date wheel at the 4 o'clock. It's typical Sinn. It's placed in a particular area which is unobtrusive. It's there when I need it. It's out of the way when I don't. So, and it's legible. In that regard, I really like what they've done in this watch. Next for me is the watch's pedigree. I believe this has been around for about 20 years with Sinn, this particular model. The one I've got here has got a serial number of 12,000 exactly. So there's around 11,999 other versions, other watches of this model on people's wrists. And for a company that's been around for just over 60 years, that's pretty cool. Another area of this watch which has been a 10 out of 10 is legibility. I look at this watch's dial. It's your classic Sinn pilot style watch. It's an instrument cluster, bang on your wrist, and it looks superb. At first glance, you read the time, no gripes whatsoever. And my last like about this watch is the AR dehumidifying technology. It's basically Sinn's way of reducing the aging process of the movement as well as preventing condensation inside this watch. It's based on 3 technical elements. A drying capsule, basically a copper sulfate capsule on the side of the watch, which changes color as it draws moisture out of the watch. Over 3, 4, 5 years, it will go blue in color. There are special EDR seals in this watch. And there's also a protective gas, an inert gas that's inside this case. So they're the things that I love about this watch. I've experienced. I thought, gee, this tech is good. It's worked for me. It's been ideal. Now, for any review, for me to express what I've experienced with this watch, I have to tell you what I don't like, what I've experienced, which definitely could offer room for improvement. And this particular watch here, first and foremost, I said that the accuracy is great, but it's also its Achilles heel. Let me explain. This watch is filled with an inert gas. Now, I'm glad that this watch is running at what, plus 1 second per week. Even if it was plus 2 seconds a day, plus 3, that's great. Imagine that this watch was not running accurate. Let's say 10, 12 seconds a day. Okay, it needs to get rectified. I can't take this to my local watch guy, my local professional watchmaker, and say, listen, can you have a look at the movement? Can you tweak it? Because once he opens that case back, there goes all that gas. Alternatively, what happens when the watch needs to get serviced? Ideally, this has to go to a proper service agent. Now, I know that Define Watches, this is where I bought the watch. I know that they have their own service agent here, so that's a good thing. But imagine this had to go back to Germany. What a bummer. So that's one of the things that I'm saying it's a potential negative of this watch. If a watch like this does need work, it has to go to a service agent specifically for this watch so that they can change out that capsule, refill the watch with the gas, and get it back up to speed. The bracelet, the clasp, the watch, it's all tegimented, it's strong, but the clasp doesn't offer toolless micro adjustability. It's got 3 holes. It's also got a diver's extension. And for me, that's a function that I'll never use. Sinn, if you're listening, create yourself a nice toolless on-the-fly adjustment clasp in tegimented steel. You've already got it for your standard watch. I've got one in my own collection. Make one for this. Next for me is the anti-reflective coating. I know that Sinn offers both sides of the actual crystal. I don't usually have an issue. In fact, my other Sinn that I just purchased, the Sinn 910 SRS, it's got a light dial, a very eggshell colored dial, and I don't notice the AR coating. With the darker dial, you'll find it's a smudge magnet. You're continually cleaning it. That's the experience with this. So the legibility is fantastic. I love what double AR does, the top and bottom. Omega does it, Sinn does it, it's good, but yeah, there is that drawback that you're continually having to clean this. Another thing that I didn't like about this watch is the lume. The handset is very good. The rest of the Arabics, the markers, they're okay and just okay. So Sinn, if you're listening, lume is an area which I think could offer a bit more room for improvement. Just balance out the rest of the dial with the handset because the handset's quite good. Now, turning the watch over, I noticed that the case back has got a couple of marks on it. It's from that bracelet. It's from the bracelet touching the actual case. Now, the case back is not tegimented steel. It's a soft iron. You see, this watch has got good anti-magnetic properties. And that case back, being soft iron, acts as a Faraday cage. So obviously it's doing a very good job because this watch running with such accuracy figures and me working with computers and magnets and what have you, phones every day, it's been great. It's a bit of a trade-off having a soft case back, whereas the rest of the watch is going to look pristine for years to come. For me, it's not been an issue, but I'm putting it in the gripe section because a lot of people might say, well, hang on, this watch isn't meant to mark in normal usage, and yet there's marks on your case back. Well, that's why. And lastly, look, it's not an inexpensive watch coming in at $32.50 Australian dollars. I shouldn't actually say it's not inexpensive because you do get what you pay for. There's a lot of tech in this. There's a lot of watch. It's a very strong watch. And I can probably show you 20 other watches at that same price bracket that offer so much less tech and robustness than this watch. So my take on this 856, it's been an absolute beauty of a watch. I do love the look of it on its bracelet as it is. I've matched it up with, you know what, having a black dial, you can pretty much do anything. Any colorway strap on this works. I think I bought it personally for the fact that I like the look of it just like that on its bracelet. Minimalist, very sharp, very smart. It's absolutely beautiful in my eyes as a very functional tool and something that I think has been designed to go the distance. So I hope you enjoyed that, guys. My take on the Sinn 856, an absolute beauty, a very comfortable watch on the wrist, albeit it does need a toolless on-the-fly adjustment clasp, in my opinion. Apart from that, the watch has been a delight. Put aside all the negatives that I spoke about, this watch leaves me with a feeling of being very impressed, very satisfied, and gets my mind off being careful when I'm working and wearing a watch like this, because I know that the watch will look after itself.